friends, welcome back. And today we are continuing last week's conversation with why did I get divorced? Last week I went into a little detail of why I got married, what our relationship was like, and what led me to ultimately following through with that decision. And this week we're going to talk about the opposite, the kind of unraveling with it. So last week we left off where we just got married, and of course ain't shit changed, because what? Marriages don't fix anything because circumstances don't change feelings. Let's say it again. Circumstances do not change feelings, thoughts do. Also, you can't change somebody else. They have to decide to do that for themselves. So I was really in this place where I just wanted him to change. Like, I loved him. I believed in him. I thought the world of him, but I also just wanted him to do better and be better for me. And he also realized these things and voiced these things, but he never really committed to them. Like, he would start, he would stop, but he wasn't really committed or invested in doing the work and being uncomfortable and taking the steps that you really need to take in order to heal. And he kind of just didn't really want to at the time. And I just spent so much of my time trying to heal him, trying to heal myself, trying to fix everything, trying to cover up his mistakes, trying to appease him, trying to make him feel better, trying to do so much. Like, it became so taxing and honestly another job. So at the time we were quarantined, and I think that exacerbated some things, because instead of coming together and spending time together and finding new ways to love and explore with each other, we grew more and more apart. And I always had this, like, we can do better, we can be better, like, I want more and I'm trying for this. And he didn't really have that same prerogative. Like, he would more flip it, like, well, what's wrong with how things are now? Like, why is it a problem? Well, what else do you want? Well, what else can I do? Well, like, all these different things, like, basically saying that he was content with how things were and he wasn't really trying to change. So I kept on my path and I kept trying to, well, not trying, succeeding at finding the things that made me happy. That's when I decided to really rethink my career path and what I was doing with my life and where I was spending my time. And when I realized that the career I was previously in wasn't really giving me joy, wasn't really somewhere that I wanted to stay long term, and getting more and more into coaching and more into the tools and the modalities and the possibility of me doing this for real, like myself, like going into it as my own business. So I kept doubling down on that work. I kept investing in myself. I kept going to my own therapy, going to my own coaching, going through my own coaching certification, and walking my talk, practicing what I preach. And I was changing my life. I took a sabbatical from work to really just reflect and make sure I was doing what I wanted to do. Give me some space from that constant 9 to 5, which wasn't 9 to 5, it's like 7 to 7. And that just like constant go, 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 do, produce more, be better. You always have to do more, and output more, so you could get a promotion, so you could make more, so you could do more, so you could be happy, and all these things. And I needed some time to separate from that mentality, just to make sure that this is something that I really wanted to do. And once I did, I was like, for sure, I don't even want to go back. So that is when I started my business. But my relationship was still suffering. Like, he did support me going after my dreams, but in kind of a very lax way of just like, yeah, go for it. And kind of that was it. Like, yeah, you could do it. But honestly, it was all I needed, and I do appreciate it. So So as I was doing this work and as I was changing my life and as I was making these huge transformations, and not only for myself, but I started coaching other people and getting them transformations and seeing like it can be better. I still had this idea, this want, this desire for my relationship to be better, for my relationship to look different, for me to actually feel comfortable and happy and safe and loved in my relationship. So I just kind of circled around these conversations and these back and forths and these I'll do better. So I'm going to change these things and the waiting and the well, didn't happen, that I eventually got to the point where I was just like, something's got to give. Something's got to give, like something's got to change. And so that's when I brought up the idea of, hey, like, let's go back to our respective homes. Like, I'll move back with my parents. You can move back with your family. We can be around our families, like help start to heal our relationships with them and not have the financial responsibility of, well, for me not to have the financial stability because responsibility, because I was honestly footing the whole bill out in Washington. Um, but yeah, to just not have that, while we focus on ourselves, our healing, and building our businesses, because he also had his own business plans at the time as well. And he agreed to it. So that's what we set out to do. And honestly, over this whole time, over the course of my relationship, after I found coaching, I did get coached on the relationship multiple times. And I remember a coach who is actually one of my friends now. She had gone through her own divorce and her own like reconciliation with the relationship ending, and she gave me really powerful coaching in that she really didn't coach me at all, but just helped me explore the idea that this does not have to be my reality. And at the time, I couldn't grasp it. I was like, what do you mean? This is my husband. This is forever. Like this is it. Um, and at that time, she planted a seed that it can be better and it can be different. And my reality doesn't have to look like this. Um, and I did get coached multiple more times, but maybe I'll bring that up later. After I brought up, like, hey, we should move, I thought that would light a fire in his ass. I thought that would change things. I thought that would be, the Kickstarter that he needed to, be the guy that he told me he'd be. He could be, and the guy I believed in him to be. But yeah, again, it didn't work out like that. So we get to the point where we're moving. And again, constant theme, I'm doing this alone. Like I'm packing alone. Um I bought a car alone. I did all these things like alone, which was a common theme in our relationship where he would just really show up when he wanted to and when he felt like it for what he felt like for, which was not much. Um, so we went our respective ways and actually had a tumultuous time on the drive back. And driving from Seattle to Chicago was a lot. And we did get into a little bit of an altercation on the road to the point where um it was really scary, and he decided at that time not to finish the drive but to directly enroll in an anger management program. And that's kind of where we parted ways. I dropped him at the airport, and that was kind of it. Like he took his bags out the car, and that was that. But at the time, like I was still so invested and so belief, and like this is only a hiccup, like it's only a bump in the road. Like, this program is what he's been needing, and this is what's going to fix everything. And I just need to hold on and be there for him, and everything's going to be okay. So, yeah, I tried that. And I tried to be there for him. I tried to give him everything I got. And like, he was at the point where he felt so bad and so much shame that he didn't even know how to talk to me, but also didn't know how to tell me that he didn't know how to talk to me. So he basically just ghosted me, would not respond, would not pick up the phone, would not text back for days and days at a time, where it got so bad, that it just didn't even feel like, it genuinely didn't even feel like we were together anymore. It felt like I was back in college, back in some random ass situationship, and this dude just dipped, just left, just stopped responding. So yeah, pretty triggering. But it also gave me the space to see that, kind of just similarly to when I had the space for my job, that when you're out of the hustle and bustle, and when you're out of that mentality, and you have a little bit of separation from it, you can see like, damn, like that sucked. Like that was super taxing. That's not something that I do want to jump back into. So from that separation, from that lack of communication, that's when I initially decided like, yo, like this isn't working out for me. And I feel like I've tried everything I possibly could. We tried so much. We tried therapy. We got kicked out of couples therapy. It was tumultuous, y'all, very fucking tumultuous. But yeah, like at that point I was just like, I gave it everything I got, and I'm tired of giving. And I'm ready to invest in myself with the same tenacity that I've been investing with you. I'm ready to love myself more than I love anybody else. I'm ready to put myself first, because if I don't do it, and if I don't fight for me, then nobody else will. And I deserve to be fought for. We all deserve to be fought for. But I couldn't expect somebody else to do that. Somebody else that really wasn't even fighting for himself. But like, I had to do it for me. And so once I made that decision, and I let him know, I honestly expected a fight. I wanted him to fight for me, but it was way easier than I expected. And he kind of just agreed. Like, he's like, I don't want this, but I don't really have anything to say to argue it. So I guess okay. But y'all, it couldn't be that simple, could it? No. I couldn't let it go. I held out. I didn't take any action on actually getting a divorce. I just waited, and a couple months passed, and um we started talking again, and he was saying all the right things, and he was saying like how much he's learned in his therapy, and what he thinks now, and how much he values me, and how much he wants his family back, and how much he, like, all of these things, all the right things. So I was like, you know what, I still love you. Like, I was ride or die, remember, like I was in this for the long haul. Like, you told me you were going to marry me, and that's when I decided you were my person forever, and we were dying together. So yes, let's give it a shot. So I went for it, and we started talking, and it was nice for a while. Um, it was cool. He was able to communicate more and be more open, and willing to talk about the future, and like all those kind of things that I was looking for and wanting, and like knew that he could be. But I also had this like idea in my head, like, yo, like it hasn't been that long. Like, I've been with you like 5, 6 years. Like, we haven't been talking for like a month and a half. How could you just flip this switch so easily to do what I've been asking you to do for so long? So that was kind of grinding my gears, and at the back of my mind. And when we first saw each other again after the separation, like, it was all cool and dandy at first, but then same patterns came back up, same habits, same everything. And it was just like, Well, welcome back to this familiar place. But still, I was like, you know what? It's just the beginning. Like, I gotta give it a chance, gotta give it time to solidify, I gotta voice my wants and needs and be honest. And we're both different people now, and all these things, and still fucking trying. So we tried that for another couple of months until again I got to this place where I realized that it wasn't working. And it felt like I basically got to the place where I felt out of integrity with who I was and what I was practicing and what I was preaching, what I was coaching my clients on, what I was saying was my brand. Like I felt so out of integrity with that person, with that strong, powerful, authentic, vulnerable woman, the one that gets what she wants, but also doesn't overwork herself to get there, the one that puts herself before others and accepts people in her life that are willing to do the same and doesn't settle. Like I just started feeling so, well, not started, I guess it was, it just really overflowed, like this feeling of like I'm out of integrity, like I'm out of my values, I'm out of fucking pocket. Like this isn't working, it doesn't make sense. And again, like I gave it all I got, gave it better than a good college try, but it's just not working out. And it was actually on my birthday I woke up and I decided like I don't want to continue this relationship. I don't want this animosity, this dynamic, this toxicity, honestly, um, in my life anymore. And yeah, that's when I decided that this is really it. This is really over. And at that point, he did try to throw a couple Hail Marys. Literally for probably a couple weeks before my birthday, I was begging for therapy again, begging for couples therapy. And he was like, no, like we both have our own things going on. We don't need to add more. Like that's too much and all those things. And when I was finally like, yeah, I'm done. This isn't working out and I don't see a future, then all of a sudden he's willing to do therapy and willing to do all these things and willing to change and willing to do everything I've been asking once again. And it's like, I don't want to be with somebody that I need to make ultimatums for them to take action. Like, granted, I'm not saying that people should control other people in a relationship or everybody has to do anything you ask them to do. Um, I'm saying relationships should be a two-way street and you shouldn't be working overdrive or changing yourself or doing all this other stuff um, like just to be like happy in a relationship. So yeah, I decided that that was it for me. Um and when I decided that and really decided that that was the right decision for me and that was what I wanted to do and I stuck to it, oh my god, it gave me so much clarity. It felt it felt so good just to decide to put me first. And granted, it was hard as fuck. Um, Oh my god, it was hard. I because I was giving up on not only the relationship, but the idea of what I thought my life would look like, the person that I wanted to spend my life with, the plans that we had together. Like it was a lot to let go of for a complete unknown, especially when I was like, I invested so much time and effort and energy and I said no to things I wanted to say yes to for the sake of this. And I mean, I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. So I think that every decision I made or didn't make, or everything that I did in this relationship was for a reason, ultimately to lead me not only to where I am today, but who I am today. But yeah, it was hard as fuck. So kind of once I made that decision and I started going through with it, researching lawyers and researching processes and all those kinds of things, is when I started to get my groove back a little. Like, it definitely wasn't immediate, but when I really started when I really decided that I'm no longer living for somebody else, I'm no longer living for the idea of a potential relationship. I'm no longer living for who I thought I could be with somebody or who I thought that they could be for me. I'm no longer living for anybody else but myself. I'm only chasing my dreams. I'm only chasing my wants. I'm only doing whatever the fuck I want to do without anybody else's input or opinion. Gosh, it was an awakening, and definitely one that my friends, my peers, even my acquaintances just started to notice that I was really coming back into myself, coming back into my confidence, coming back into not only back, but like reframing like who I was. Like, yo, I really am that bitch and owning it. Um, which has been which has honestly been a beautiful, beautiful journey for me. And one I wish for anybody else out there who's struggling, should I stay in this relationship? Should I go? What does it mean for me to go? What's this going to look like in the future? you know kind of all of those ideas that we get caught up about, like what am I going to do after divorce? Like, divorce means I failed in my relationship, which no it doesn't. No it doesn't. Like, a divorce just means that that didn't work out, that you as a marriage no longer work. It's no longer serving both parties. So you can decide to do something else. Like, it's just like any friendship or partnership or business decision or team or anything. Like, there are so few things in this world that last forever. And there's such this idea about marriage that, um, it is forever. And if it's not, then you did something wrong, or something's wrong with you, or you failed, or, just all these bad things, like something has gone wrong when really it hasn't. Like, to me, my divorce was, I made it mean that everything has gone right. Like, I made it mean that I'm no longer going to continue the relationship patterns and the suffering that both parties have gone through previously, just because it's what I've seen, just because it's what people are used to doing. I'm not going to stay in a relationship where I don't feel safe or loved or valued. Like, granted, I can create that for myself. Granted, I can make myself feel any feeling I want. That's what I teach. Of course, I believe it too. But at the same time, if I'm going to be in a relationship, I'd rather be in a relationship with somebody who enhances or advocates or like makes it easy for me to feel those feelings, versus somebody that I literally have to work for every day just to feel good. And somebody who's hell bent on feeling bad themselves. Like, it's just not an energy that I want to be around. And so a divorce for me was the marker where I'm putting myself first, where I'm putting my wants, my needs, my desires, my joy, my pleasure, my everything first, because we all deserve to live a life where we're actually fulfilled, live a life where we're getting what we want, not one that we're operating on with decisions that we literally made as a 20-year-old. Like, yes, I met him when I was fucking 20 and was like, yeah, this is the thing that I'm going to do forever. Like, what? What? Like, I don't have the same job. I don't have the same hair. I don't live in the same place. Not like damn near nothing is the same as when I was 20. And it's so wild that we think that being with someone who also completely changes over time is going to suit us forever. And that's not to say the whole relationship wasn't bad. Like, honestly, I think we needed each other at a point in time. We grew from each other, we gravitated each other, we helped heal each other, but it wasn't a forever thing. And recognizing it and realizing that is not a place where you can see shame. Like, divorce can actually be beneficial for all parties involved. Like, it can honestly be the best decision because it gives you space to stop feeling so bad and sad and mad that you don't have what you want, and actually gives you the opportunity to go and get it, to be happier. It gives you that next chance, that new chance that, hey, this isn't the life that we thought it would be, But that doesn't mean that life isn't available for us. We still have that opportunity and we can still go and get it. And a divorce can be that opportunity. And literally, like when I got divorced and when I started talking about divorce initially, like I found so many people who also had divorces, but it's just been this like hush hush thing. Like, oh, well, yeah, we don't talk about that, or yeah, that was been there, done that, or oh yeah, I was young and just had to get it out my system, or like whatever the case may be. But it's just like still taboo to even say like I was divorced. But I don't think it should be. Like it's just another thing that people go through. It's just another thing, especially like in these days and days. I don't know. I didn't look it up. The current data on, at least in America, the divorce rate. But the last stat I heard, it was like somewhere around like 53%. Like literally half the people you know have been divorced. So why is it such a shame inducing thing to go through? Like, why do we have all these ideas that divorce is bad or means we failed or it means we're unlovable or it means something's wrong with us, when really all it means is like just didn't work out with that one person at this time. And that's okay. So, I mean, I guess that's the message that I want to leave with y'all. Like, it is okay for things not to work out. It is okay to pivot. It's okay to decide you want more for yourself. It's okay to go and get it. It's okay to get a divorce. All of this shit is a-okay. And really, it's just making that decision, being sound in that decision, and allowing yourself to just really embody it and everything that comes with it, and know that no matter what, you're still valuable, you're still worthy, and you're still lovable, even if you change your name a couple times. So, yeah, I think that may be it for the episode. I think those were all my reasons into divorce. But if you have any questions for me, like I would love to talk to y'all, to connect with you. Please reach out on my social media or leave a comment on these podcasts. Share it, review it. I love you guys and I love your support. So if you ever have any questions or want to get more information on my thought process or how I made decisions, or what you should do in decisions, like reach out. I am available. And I also have spots open in my one-on-one coaching program. So if you'd like to join that, there are details in my bio, in my website, on my socials, on how to book a clarity call with me. And these are 100% free. These are just to see if we'd be a great fit in working together. And if you think so, like I'd love to see too. So go ahead and book that consult with me, and we can get you on your path to living your best life. So with that, I'll see y'all next week. Have a good one.